Hi, it's Steve and Caleb with Brownells, and it's hunting season again. And Caleb, let's talk hunting.
Let's talk hunting. So what we're going to talk about here is going to pretty much apply to everybody, but as you may or may not know, we are in the state of Iowa, which is limited to straight wall cartridges. But pretty much everything we're going to talk about here is for everybody. So it's not specifically for just the state of Iowa. Now, having being someone who spent the majority of their life actually hunting in Louisiana, down south, you know, two extremes in climates, I feel like I'm pretty well-rounded and able to talk about
You should be by now.
Hunting pretty much anywhere. So I say pretty much anywhere. There's like so many more different climates you can hunt in other than just those two. But you get where I'm going with this. Talking just about United States in general. No, I'm just rambling, Steve.
You're just rambling.
So help me.
Just rambling.
No, so let's speak. Since I mentioned cartridges first, let's talk about that.
Straight wall cartridges.
Straight wall cartridges.
Not just for lever actions anymore.
Definitely not. So this AR-15 you see in front of you is one that I kind of set up. If you've seen our previous year videos, you know that I've been hunting with this rifle a little bit here in Iowa. I changed the lower on this one just to kind of make it a little bit easier for my kid to use, and that is raising the cheek piece here. He has long arms. He's kind of lanky like me, so the length of pull wasn't so much an issue, but getting his head high enough to actually be able to use the scope was an issue. So I used the Magpul PRS Lite, and that did pretty much everything we needed it to do. And then the barrel itself is a 350 Legend barrel, obviously. This one in particular is made by Faxon. And in order to convert an AR-15 that's 223-556 to 350 Legend, all you really need to do is change the barrel.
Yep.
You just change the barrel, obviously the muzzle device, because you're now using a much larger diameter
If you want to
bullet.
go with a muzzle device.
You don't even have to use a muzzle device if you don't want to. It's no big deal there. And then, so barrel and magazines are really the only two big things. And speaking of magazines, I think I have one here. This is just a standard 5-round magazine. And you see, because of the way there's no neck, or there's no taper neck, I should say, or bottleneck on the actual 350 Legend cartridge. So they machined out the magazine a bit so that the straight wall 350 Legend can actually stack in there. And once you start stacking them, this is a 5-round magazine, which, I mean, for hunting whitetail,
Right.
you shouldn't need anything more than that. So, yeah, I've taken quite a bit of deer so far since 350 Legend came out every year with that cartridge, and it's an awesome cartridge. I really like it.
What I've noticed is you can find it on the shelf in most sporting goods establishments.
You can, but everything I'm shooting here and for the past few years have been hand loads.
Right.
And for such, I'm actually using Starline brass. Starline is an excellent source of brass if you're going to be doing, anything.
That's about all I shoot anymore.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. So a lot of their stuff I've noticed, it's a little tricky to get from time to time, but that's because they're so popular. And I mean, the only thing better than being successful is being known for that success. So
Right.
they're working overtime over there, just cranking out brass all day long, and it's for a good reason. They make an excellent product.
So now you're no longer confined to a single shot or a lever action.
Yeah.
So if you're in one of those states that requires a straight wall cartridge, you can get into the 21st century here with an AR platform.
Yeah, and even though it's technically listed as a shotgun season, it's not just for shotguns. You can use this caliber as well.
Right. So you don't have to drag out that 45-70 Marlin anymore. You can actually go with a semi-auto.
Yeah, and I know a lot of you guys and gals in the states that aren't restricted may not really care about this, but just know that even if you're in a non-restricted state, the 350 Legend is still a pretty good option, and it is an excellent hog cartridge as well. So
Yeah.
it's not just for us people here in restricted states.
Right.
So.
But just be sure your state allows a semi-auto, and if so, what your magazine capacity is, obviously. Check the regs.
Yep, and obviously, needless to say, 350 Legend is also available in bolt action options and single shots as well. So it's not just for ARs. So.
Yeah. Anything else you wanted to cover?
Let's talk about, I know it may be a little late for this, but if you were going to do any kind of maintenance on your gun, it's probably almost too late now. You should have already done that. And we've covered this at the end of last hunting season.
Yeah.
We said, don't put it off. So if you put it off, and don't complain, we're telling you too late. We told you last year to stop doing that.
Look, just drag a boar snake through the barrel and squirt some oil in there, and let's go. Let's go hunting.
Yeah, that's sure, Steve. There's people that do that. I used to leave about a few hours a week open, even though I was 4 months behind gunsmithing. I used to leave a little bit open for those last minute calls where, so
They come in.
Yeah, they come in, and I didn't want to just straight up turn them away. I wanted to do what I could to help them out. So.
They just got off work. It's Friday night. Hunting season opens tomorrow.
Yeah, or maybe they did their due diligence, but they went out for their first hunt, and Lord forbid, something actually broke on their gun still.
Yeah.
So I mean, it happens. It's not always your fault, and so try to take care of those individuals.
Yeah. Don't be that guy that's left at the hunting camp on Saturday morning, can't go out.
Yep. And another thing I wanted to cover is something interesting I recently did, and that's actually setting up a new hunting season rig to actually wear out while I'm hunting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So as you may or may not know, we've been doing a lot of stuff with Spiritus Systems as far as their tactical nylon gear goes, and I set up one of their rigs for hunting more than tactical type operation stuff.
It's a lot lighter, I'll bet.
It is a lot lighter. So what I actually did, and forgive the mismatched camo patterns, because I pulled different pouches from different rigs that we have here to actually set this one up. But you get the gist of it here, and everything I'm showing you is available in one color or another if you just want to stick with that. But at the core of it, I actually took the Spiritus Systems Thing 2, which is this back piece here, that everything else is mounted to, and then I put the H shoulder straps on there, and then from there I attached some GP pouches on the wings and a GP wide pouch on front of a Mark V carrier. And that Mark V carrier is just basically it's just a panel that attaches to MOLLE. It has more MOLLE on the front for attaching things like this GP wide.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put some inserts in there to hold an extra magazine, maybe a pistol mag.
Right.
Typically, I carry a handgun while I'm also hunting, just in case. You never know. So I'll carry an extra, 350 Legend mag, carry a pistol mag, and maybe like a multi-tool or something like that. Candy bar fits in there pretty good.
Snickers bar?
Yeah, you could do that. But the reason I went with the GP pouches is because there's no Velcro openings, so everything's a zipper.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
when you're
makes
hunting,
sense.
last thing you want to do is be ripping open.
Oh, Velcro, that noise would carry miles, I think.
It would.
On a cold winter morning.
Yeah, zippers are way more covert, I should say.
Yeah.
So everything on here is open with a zipper rather than Velcro. So perfect hunting type setup, I think. Oh, and I have a sack pouch on the bottom, just in case. And the cool thing about this is that it's totally modular. You could remove pouches if you didn't want to carry stuff, or you can even add to this even more if you wanted to. And basically I can carry everything I need to field dress a deer, first aid, ammo, food, drinks, everything. Everything's right here. And as I mentioned before, this one's set up for my kid, so
Right.
I can carry all his gear on this as well, because you don't need a ton of stuff. We're not out there super long, Or I could just make him carry all this.
Yeah, you could.
I don't know.
You could.
We'll see how that goes.
But we have a new generation of hunters that are used to using load-bearing equipment from their military days.
We do, yeah.
So,
This transfers.
back when I was growing up, you wouldn't have seen anybody wearing you just stuffed your pockets full of stuff that
Yeah,
you
you
needed.
just stuffed all your stuff in
Your
your
old
pockets.
sheepskin coat, you'd stuff the pockets full of bullets, and we called them bullets back then.
Yeah, just bullets, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was a kid, I had all my pockets stuffed.
Yep.
I wasn't wearing anything, but yeah, this is an excellent
This puts
option.
it all out there where you can get at it.
And I posted this on social media, and I got some mixed comments.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, why would you want to wear tactical gear? Or what kind of deer are you hunting and stuff like that? But, I mean, this stuff right here is made for the harshest environments on the planet. So why wouldn't I use it for hunting?
And there's no plates in there.
Yeah, there's no armor to
Nobody's
this.
shooting back.
Nobody's shooting back. But, like I said, it's made for the harshest environments on the planet. So why wouldn't I? Why would I dismiss that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a perfect choice. So, yeah, that's,
All right.
I think we're ready for hunting season.
I think so. I think so. If you have any additions to the gear list or something that you think is extra useful for hunting, let us know in the comments because everybody's got a different way of doing it.
Yep.
In the meantime, thanks for watching. We'll see you next year when hunting season rolls around one more time.